Hi, and welcome back to The Breakdown. I'm your host, Neely. Today we're going to be talking about playoff predictions, and to help me with that, we have Cheyenne Zimmerman and Brice Helms. Guys, so far we have LSU, Ohio State, Clemson, and Georgia. What are y'all's thoughts on that?
Well, all four of them had some pretty big wins this weekend, which have put them at the top, and I'm excited to see where they go from there because they have some pretty good games coming up still for the rest of the season.
I'm not sure how I feel about LSU being on top above Ohio State. They both have similar offensive yards per game numbers, but LSU's defense has given up 150 yards more per game than Ohio State's defense has. So I would have liked to have seen Ohio State above LSU for that reason, but I'm fine with the rest of the list as it is.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting that Clemson's number 3. They barely have won some games, like the North Carolina game. They got real close in that one when it shouldn't have been that close of a game. But what are y'all's predictions on the playoffs this year?
I think that Ohio State will end up with the number 1 team if they get a signature win over Penn State this weekend and then Michigan in the game, of course. LSU will be number 2. They're going to win out. They're going to win the SEC. Clemson just steamroll the rest of the ACC as they always do. And then Oregon will round out the top 4 of the Pac-12 winner.
I think a notable thing to note is that numbers 4 through 9 are all 9-1. So with rivalry week coming up, anything can happen.
Honestly,
do you see
anybody could
changing?
take Georgia's spot? To me,
they really could. It's the anyone's in the top really 9, like you said, for the taking. They're all one-loss teams, as you said, and just a big signature win against a rival will propel them into the top conversation at least.
I agree. I think it's interesting also that Alabama isn't in the playoffs or even in mention of the playoffs at number 7 because they've been in the playoffs since we've had it and since it started, but their quarterback is out for the season, and I think that's going to hurt them in the long run for this.
Absolutely. Losing Tua was a big blow for them. I don't think Mac Jones is really the answer at their quarterback, and Talia isn't ready. He's just a freshman. So I think Alabama's going to need to rely on Najee Harris to continue playing well the rest of the season, but because of Tua being out, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs for the first time ever.
It's going to be a reality check.
Well, that will do it for tonight. I want to thank Cheyenne Zimmerman and Brice Helms. Thanks for watching The Breakdown. I'm your host, Neely. We'll see you next time.